to help individuals and corporate organizations build their personal and corporate net worth via investing in the stock markets. And we're here again. It's Wednesday, the 4th day of March 2026. Let's see what's been happening in the capital markets and what's going on this very moment. We are here on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 12 noon to 2 p.m. Nigerian time. This is our global live stream talking about Net Worth Investors Club, a group of Nigerians and foreigners who came together to analyze companies, strategize, and invest individually. We are over 6,000 members right now on Discord app across the world, and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday Nigerian time, 12 noon to 2 p.m., we discuss what's happening with the markets and, of course, see exactly how trading activities is going on real time. A lot of people are unaware that trading in stocks happens on a daily basis. Well, we are here to give you that bit of information on a daily basis with insight and clarity. Thank you very much for being a part of this all along. I want to appreciate all of you for what a wonderful company you have been in this community, and we keep growing. Yesterday, for the first time, the YouTube channel, which is free, having so many investments and money resources, got about 10,000 subscribers for the first time. So we are growing on all fronts, and hopefully we continue the same on all quarters. That way we can reach out to as many people as possible. So on every platform you are right now connected, from on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, do well to share this live stream. Keep liking from the beginning, and let's see how many more people can join us by that screen action from where you are. I want to appreciate you. One more time, we go again. You know how we do it. I will go through the trading activities as it panned out yesterday, a review of yesterday's trading activity in the Nigerian markets, and then we proceed to taking your comments on all platforms as much as I can until it's 2 p.m., 1 p.m. Nigerian time, when we shall be taking your calls on TikTok. So let's pay attention as we proceed this morning before we go on to take your comments. But please be informed, the stock market is not a get-rich-quick scheme. We are not here to get rich overnight, but I can assure you, if we stay at what we do regularly and continually over a period, we are sure that we will be building wealth for ourselves individually. Equities investors gained 711 billion naira as banking and oil stocks rallied yesterday. With about 711 billion naira gain, banking and oil stocks drove momentum in the Nigerian market on Tuesday, reflecting investors' positive sentiment amidst earnings release. Key performance indicators surge as the Nigerian exchange attracts allocations from portfolio builders and pension funds allocated to stocks. You remember what I told you sometime last month? It's all playing out, and we can see where the money is going to already. The market recorded buying interest in mid-cap and blue-chip stocks such as Aradel, Owando, Access Corporation, WAPCO, FCMB, among others, across major market sectors. The oil and gas sector appreciated the most, gaining 4.52%. You know what's happening in the oil industry, and suddenly we just wake up to see that fuel prices have been increased in Nigeria, and they are pointing to the conflict in the Middle East making oil prices go high in the international market. I have a question. Why are you always quick to raise petroleum product prices whenever oil prices rise, when we are manufacturers? I'm still yet to get a clear response to that really makes sense. We are producers. Why are we still suffering the volatility of oil in the international market when we produce and even refine back home? I need clarity, and I don't want politics. Trading data showed that the market index added 1,091.33 basis points in today's trading session, reflecting a 0.56% increase to close at 196,605 points. Hence, the NGX market capitalization gained 710.98 billion, closing at 126.19 trillion naira. Activity improved as total volume of all trades and total value traded on the local bourse increased by 3.91% and 23.27% respectively. In its investors note, Atlas Portfolios Limited stated that approximately 820.75 million units valued at 43,239,000,000 were transacted across 84,189 deals. FTG Insure generated 6.67% of the total trading volume in the market, followed by Sterling 6.49, Japol Gold 5.4, Zenith Bank 4.67, and Jais Bank 4.42. Meanwhile, Aradel accounted for 18.5% of total value of all trades executed on the local bourse, making it the highest traded stock on the exchange. UACN and Sunu Assure topped the gainers chart, up by 10% each, then trailed by Owando 9.96%, Sovereign Insure 9.88%, FTG Insure 9.01%, UPL 9.35%, Aradel 9.07%, and 31 others. This is where we come to the end of the review of trading activities as it panned out yesterday. I'm in a hurry to take your comments so we can cover enough grounds today. Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome. We go straight to YouTube to take your comment, but please be informed I have Maobi as one of our moderators and Rehoboth. Of course, they'll be helping me to respond to some of the comments that I may not be able to meet up, but they have experience enough to respond to. That way, we try to respond to as many as possible. And then, of course, please do well to repeatedly post your comments. So copy to clipboard, keep posting because the screens are scrolling rapidly, automatically themselves. And so it's difficult for me to stay on one and then go after the other. All right? That way we can be able to achieve a lot. I can be able to respond to as many as possible before we get to taking the calls on TikTok. All right. Right there on YouTube, top of the day to you, Coach. Glad to be here with you today. Thank you very much. That's coming from Maobi. Olowola Fe. Good morning. Thank you very much. Tony and Tony. Good afternoon to you too. Emmanuel Chima. Appreciate you on YouTube. Really, really appreciate your presence. Nkem Agbaye. Thank you very much for joining. Osakbolo Osage. Appreciate you also. Azoma Obina. Very good afternoon to you. Amaka Christie. Thank you very much for joining. Babatunde Salako. Appreciate you. Ibikun Olua Odukoya. We appreciate you also. Mitaire King Bade. Thank you very much. Good day, Coach. I need a consumer goods stock. Please recommend. Consumer goods stock to recommend right now, none other than something in the mode of PZ, depending on what price it is right now. I would love to see it a good entry price under 70, even though I would like to see it keep running just like every other holder of PZ. But that's one good one that has never left my lip most recently. Top of the morning to you, Coach. On time as usual. Rose Ojo, appreciate you. Network Investors Club has been busy. So has the Nigerian market. Absolutely. Mikades NG Venture says, good afternoon, my chief coach. Best wishes always. Thank you very much, sir. Babatunde Salako. Please, the sound is low. Really? Okay, we will work towards improving on the sound. By all means, we are working tirelessly to make sure that you get the best out of broadcast in this live stream. All right? Keep the comments coming in as I go on to Facebook now. Good afternoon, Coach. How can I access my CSCS and C agent numbers? Mahmoud Khalil, contact your stockbroker to furnish you with that information. Good afternoon, my able coach. Coming from Comfort Oziohu Abubakar. Appreciate you, Comfort. Alfred Joy Amos. Good afternoon to you too. Okay, keep your comments coming in. Fortune Alfred says, Greetings, coach. Thanks for the good job. Given the bullish trends in the NGX at the moment, what are some of those shares you recommend we take position and at what prices? I'd like to let you know, do not rush into a stock because the market is bullish. Go into the stock market because the prices are attractive. So as much as the market is bullish, you don't want to run after flying stocks. My best advice will be look for those stocks that haven't really run too much. UBA is one of such, continues to dilly-dally around 48 and 47. Let me quickly see what it is doing at the moment right now in the market. Okay. We see how it goes there, going on to see what's happening on the floor of the stock exchange. And that is the unique thing about this live stream. I give you real-time details of what's happening on the stock exchange. So on to the premium board where UBA is listed, and there we are. 47 naira 5 kobo. It closed yesterday. Currently 47 naira 50 kobo. However, there are offers at 47.40 at the moment. 15.9 million bids, 7.9 million offers. That's the situation with UBA. We go on to Instagram right away. Bean Nanya is the first one I'm taking right now. Please, I need your opinion on deep cap. I want to sell off and get BUA or top up on NGX. Bean Nanya, go ahead with that plan. It's better to be safer in the likes of BUA or NGX than to keep holding on to hope with deep cap. Even though they might have made you some profits at the moment, do well to be wise to move on to safety, because safety first when it comes to investment. You know, we have two rules of investing. Rule number one, do not lose your capital. And then rule number two, do not forget rule number one. So you want to be safe, and that's the way to go. But do not chase too much after a stock like NGX that has rallied so quickly from 110 to 150 within days, so that you might buy at the best price possible, knowing you will qualify for their bonus shares as announced. Chris Wilson says, good afternoon, coach. I'm 18 years old. Should I sell my Fidelity Bank to top up my tip or charms? Chris Wilson, you have all the time in this world to yourself. I mean, what a wonder. At 18, you are so disciplined to sit down in a session like this where they are not shaking bum and making all sorts of wild things and making all sorts of noises that really does not add to the viewers but only add to the pockets of the streamers. I'm really excited for you for such a discipline like this, and you just reminded me of my younger self when I started off. Do you know what? You have a fantastic future ahead of you. Right now, you can't even make mistakes, because even when a stock is looking like it is struggling, you have time on your side to watch that stock eventually recover and grow. But in any case, if you are weary or tired of holding on to your Fidelity Bank, not a bad move to sell and buy tip. Now, this advice is for an 18-year-old. Imagine 10 years after he will be only 28, and imagine what his portfolio will look like. This morning I was discussing with someone, and I recalled how I started off before I gained admission into the university, and by the time I was graduating, I was worth about 500,000 naira plus in my stock portfolio. No job engaged in yet, except when I did my industrial training practice and was attached to a firm. Other than that, it's been eking out from the little savings I had while a student. So imagine the kind of discipline I eventually developed by the time I got my first job with First Bank. You would know the importance of starting early when you now eventually start earning money, because you would have developed the discipline to curtail unnecessary expenses and make good provision for investing out of your income. That's the beauty of starting early and starting where you are. If you don't develop the discipline of saving from 10,000, 50,000 and 100,000, when 1 million comes, which most people think they need before they start investing, you will never have that discipline to take out any money from 1 million to invest. So start from where you are. There's a reason why. All of the discipline to stay and trust the process of genuine wealth you will develop it. At that point, you will never be moved to steal money that doesn't belong to you. There is no need, because you've now found a way to legitimately grow whatever you have. I hope someone is getting something there, even as I have given Chris Wilson my response. Congratulations, Chris. I want you to stay focused, stay disciplined, keep doing what you are doing, and very soon your peers will never smell your back. This is not a competition, but I need you to have all the encouragement there is to continue on this path, because that's what has afforded me the freedom I enjoy now to come out Monday morning, Wednesday morning, any other time to keep speaking to you without necessarily having to go work for money. Okay? We now retire early in this community. Net Worth Investors Club, we retire very early. No more staying on a job till you are 60. That is a frustration and a very wrong mindset that have been built into us. You don't have to work until you are 60, 65 and attain the so-called retirement age. If you build sufficient wealth enough, what is the essence of having your youthful life? All you do is work for a company that will soon get tired of you and throw you aside because you have attained retirement age. And the company continues to grow and continues to do well and empower and enrich the owners. No, never. You have a life to live. You have the right to enjoy the life as much as you want. So early retirement will help you enjoy your life before you now age to the extent you can't do some of the things you could have done and enjoyed yourself. All right? Okay, if you get the message, we move on from there. Ipinola Gabriel says, good afternoon, coach. What equity will you recommend? Okay, this morning I've gone through a little bit on the premium board and I've seen that UBA is still within range. You don't lose much if you buy UBA, even if the market tries to pull back at the moment. So UBA is right there amongst those on the premium board. I haven't gone through equities, but I mentioned earlier that PZ is also a good one to take position in. And then, of course, you may want to look the way of Transcorp. Currently, it's in a struggle to stay above 50. That's because even though they end up to 6 naira earnings per share, it's looking like they're only going to be paying 1 naira 60 kobo in addition to the 40 kobo paid as interim dividend last year. So Transcorp has decided to retain much more of their earnings, and that's another quality of a very good company. Out of 6 naira, they are paying about 2 naira out, retaining 4 naira. So you've got to be patient for that to pay off, and it can only mean the stock price may not move too much, but the value is being created and retained in that company. So that's another one that you will not lose too much, just in case there is any kind of pullback. This is the approach you need now that stock prices have really risen very high. Yesterday, PZ was 79. Currently, it's 77 because there will always be a pullback after every major rally. Okay, so we go on to TikTok. Let's see the comments there. Remember, keep liking, keep sharing this live stream from all platforms you are. That's your own way of contributing to the growth of many others who will join us and begin to use the principles we share here. Are we good? Okay, G Money Story says, hello coach, do I top up my UBA or acquire mutual benefits, PZ or charms with 500K? Okay, when you say top up UBA means you have UBA already, and then or acquire M benefits, meaning you do not have M benefits at all, and then PZ or charms, the same thing. I would say go ahead, it's 500K, keep topping up on your PZ, your UBA, because it gives you a chance to get about 10,000 plus UBA right now. Add that to whatever you have, that means you now have better dividend to expect, because UBA is still going to pay you dividend this year twice. The first one is going to be paid around April, May, though announcement hasn't been made. Then the second one will be paid around October. So whatever more UBA you buy now guarantees you more when the dividend is finally paid. Okay, I would say go for that, because that PZ has really run, and it will buy you just a few compared to how many UBA you can acquire. All right. Okay, keep the comments coming in. Thank you very much. Alated King and Aleshin Loye Lekon. you've repeatedly shared the live stream. You are really appreciated. Oh, Glowtress Ponytails in Lagos sent freestyle. Glowtress, thank you very much. Whatever freestyle is, I love it. Appreciate you for that. Coach, I invested 100K in NCR at 69. It's now 199. Glowtress Ponytails, it's time to actually sell that and move into another one to keep growing that capital. NCR, I'm not sure if it has the potential to continue to hold forth, having risen that high. So this is me trying to look out for you, so you may do well to just reposition into another stock. I'm 26 years. I have GT, Fitsin, Ardell, Wema, Tip, Custodian, NGX. I have 5 million to invest now. Can you imagine? Call me Rachi. Oh my God. We have very wealthy young people here, 26 years old with 5 million breathing, and he or she wants to deploy it right away. How many 26-year-olds will have 5 million and still have the discipline to rather invest than to go and have fun and blow it all up? I'm telling you, a new generation of billionaires are rising from this community. The world will be taken by storm by the time you start seeing it. Now let's go on. Can you imagine? He or she already has GTB, Fitsin, Aradel, Wema, Tip, Custodian, NGX, quality picks in their portfolio, looking to even add 5 million naira to that spread. Okay, if I'm, oh my God, it's scrolling away right now. Call me Rachi. All right, I'm back here. So I'm looking at this now. Do you have enough custodian? It's looking like Aradel is running away. I don't know your enterprise. What I know is that you are not satisfied with whatever Aradel you have. That's how I feel personally. I'm never ever satisfied with the quantity of Aradel I have. But you know what? That's what happens with quality stocks. Okay? So I'm thinking hard now where you should put that money. And my brain is now telling me to check up on Tip because there is huge value there, potential value there, especially from current price where it is. You can be absolutely safe putting that money in Tip. Maybe you want to split it between Tip and then maybe you top up on one of these ones. Now, I don't know what quantity, what the spread is like, but I would think, I'm still thinking that custodian, if it is not enough. Oh, you already have Tip on your portfolio. Awesome. I think consolidate on what you have. Add more Tip, add more custodian. Never mind never mind adding any more new ones at the moment, so you don't go and lose money. Let me see. Yes, just stay within your collection of stocks right now. Top up on those two. Top up on those two and stay calm. Let me see. Do you have banks? You have one GT Co. Okay. If you are satisfied with the quantity of stocks, because I don't know, it doesn't matter if you are 26, you could have 5 million Tip right now. You know, whatever it is, if you are satisfied with the quantity of stock you already own, then maybe you add UBA by buying with that 5 million. Otherwise, split it as advised earlier. All right. So you have substantial quantity. It's important to have substantial quantity of whatever stocks you are buying. Okay. Hi, coach. Can I continue to top up on QTix for my 1 million challenge as price has been dropping? Price dropping is actually an advantage for topping up as far as your 1 million challenge is. So let's see. QTix is at 352. A lot of people always fear the worst as far as this QTix is concerned, but it has stayed calm and held on. And that's why it's at 352. Ordinarily, it could have collapsed to 3 naira. But not anymore. There is actually future value for Tip. I was waiting for it to collapse as low as possible to make a huge entry, but it's refusing to collapse. You know, so let's be calm. Your 1 million challenge, like I said earlier, is for the next 5 years. 5 years, 3 years from now is not a joke. So stop being moved by short-term words and vibes. You are not in the market for vibes. You are in the market to invest and secure tomorrow. Listen, some of the small companies today will become the big boys tomorrow. We've seen it over and over again. Now, NACO is unaffordable because it's now amongst the big boys. It happens over and again. Use the time you are here to build your portfolio of investments and stop worrying yourself. Now, some of the new finds my eyes are looking at is, it's expensive though, and I don't know what their behavior would be when it comes to dividend payment going forward and all that. But if the likes of Julius Berger can come as low as 250, then that would be nice. 250, that would be nice. Honestly, that would be nice. Otherwise, we keep looking, we keep searching, and hopefully we find. Okay? All right, ladies and gents, let's keep going with your comments. What about Japan Gold? I invested 1 million in it and it gave me 50%. Can I sell it or hold it? What was your original intention for investing in Japan Gold? That will answer your question. If you are not too sure how Japan Gold performs from here on, let's automate. That's who I'm talking to. Then you can go on and just buy, sell Japan Gold. If you feel you don't want to also miss out on what Japan Gold could eventually turn out to be, and you have the patience to wait, then maybe you can sell half of your holdings so you take out a huge chunk of your capital and then let the rest run. Or if you are happy with your 50% gain already, and also considering the fact that Japan Gold can fluctuate anyhow, then feel free to do as occasion serves you, which is proceed to enjoy your bargain and sell off. Please, coach, talk about Dangote Sugar. It just dipped from 83 to 74 and about their loan too. Okay, and about their loan too. Let's see if Dangote Sugar's dip from 83 to 74 and on full offer. I saw it this morning though, before logging on, coming on live. I saw that Dangote Sugar dipped seriously and it's on full offer. Let me initially check. Okay, that's the audited results. That's it right there. I'm trying to get it on from the NGX website. So we take a critical look at what is causing the dip. All right. These are quite tiny. Just give me a moment. I'm still trying to scroll on to check and be sure. I needed the profit and loss. Too many preambles before the financial summary. Okay. Statements of financial position as at 31st December. All right. A quick one, non-current assets, total non-current assets, 622 billion 2025, 624 billion 2024. This is not what I'm looking for. This is more like balance sheet. Equity dropped. Okay, that's it. Profit and loss, yes. Revenue, 829 billion. Is that 829 billion? Yes. Versus 665 billion in 2024. Cost of sales increased to 706 from 634. And so gross profit rose in 2025 to 122 billion from 31 billion. Now that's good. Okay. Other income dropped from 2 billion to 500 million. Admin expenses rose to 27 billion from 18 billion. Understandable. Selling and distribution expenses dropped. That's a good one. Decrease or increase in impairment loss on financial assets. Okay, that's a decrease to the extent it became a profit, 1.5 billion from loss of 907 million. And so operating profit rose from 12.6 billion to 96 billion. Good job. Okay. Finance income dropped from 7.6 billion to 4.5 billion. Finance charges dropped, which is fair, from 301 billion to 175 billion. Finance costs reduced from 293 billion to 170 billion. Therefore, change in fair value of biological assets, okay, biological assets, 2.4 billion. Okay, that's where there's a huge drop there, biological assets. All right, I'd like to see that amongst the notes of the report. Note 17 should explain what biological assets they are. We'll get to that. Loss for the year. Okay. Loss for the year reduced from 192 billion to 64 billion. Okay. And then other comprehensive income, revaluation surplus nil. Okay, there was revaluation in 2024 and that made the huge difference. Oh yes, total comprehensive loss income for the year, 83 billion loss versus 132 billion profit. Okay, that's why Dangote Sugar came down. And so loss per share, if we come all the way down, it's 9. Let me increase it. It's quite tiny. Okay, loss of 5. Is it in Kobo or Naira? It's in Naira. Okay, 5 Naira 28 loss versus 15 Naira loss. So this is actually an improvement on the past. Revaluation, that's where the challenge is. Revaluation surplus, note 26.1. Do I have the time to scroll down there and leave your questions? No, I don't have that time, but I think I'll take time to find out from note 17, change in fair value of biological assets and revaluation surplus. There was no revaluation surplus in 2025, but there was in 2024. So that difference meant they went into a total loss. But you know what? In spite of all that, there is an improvement in the per share metrics from 15 Naira loss to 5 Naira loss. So these are the signs that we want to see when a company is coming from a very bad history or bad past. In their case, it's still a case of trying to wriggle their way out of all those losses that most industrial goods manufacturers suffered. But I see that theirs has been a bit slow for various reasons, which I will find out from these details, note 26.1 and note 17 of their financial reports. This has taken a lot of time, but that's where we are. The most important thing is that it's a loss, but it's improved drastically. And I think in 2026, finally, Dangote Sugar should be profitable, fully profitable. All of those 5 Naira loss will be wiped out. They will bounce into profit. Now, for me, what I will do is wait to see how low the market reacts. This full bid, this full offer might just disappear tomorrow. But should it ever drop further, that company is not one to leave. Considering the new sugar refinery plant inaugurated in Ghana last year, just last year. So whatever appears like a loss will vanish suddenly. All right, that's it. Let's go on to YouTube to take more of your comments. Please repeatedly post your comments if I've not mentioned or attempted a response to them. Okay, Adewuyi Ayodeji Joshua. Good afternoon, coach. Please, what's your advice? I have tantalizers, FTN, Cocoa, Jais, and GTB in my portfolio. Portfolio value 200K. I'm new here. I want to invest 500K. Your advice, please. Okay, you are overspread. 200,000 portfolio has tantalizers, FTN, Jais, and GTB. What you will do with this 500 is to consolidate on what you have, especially on those ones that have not really you do not have to, that have not really gone too far in terms of price action. But please, 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 the portfolio is also looking a bit undefended. FTN, well, Jais is becoming stronger by the day, but FTN and tantalizers cannot give you the strength you need. I don't know what value of GTCO you have. Please pile in on more GTB and maybe Jais. Strengthen this portfolio. I don't want to advise you to buy any new stock. Otherwise, I would say spend the 500,000, buy 10,000 UBA and add to this. Let your portfolio see some level of defense. That will mean all overspreading still, but somehow, somewhere, you need that strength. And Jais and GT Bank may have gone too high for you to be making a fresh entry. So go in and buy UBA now with the 500K. Okay? Revaluations are always tricky. It does not necessarily mean physical money. Accounting manipulations of FS. Rose Ojo, you are very correct. And that's why I'm happy that revaluation was not done in 2025. You get the point now. Thank you for that insight. Very correct. Revaluation is not real cash, really. And I don't even want to see it in a current report. So if I'm seeing it in an old report and I'm seeing nil in the current, I'm happy with that. And if that is what is causing the difference, most of the difference, then it's fantastic. Okay, so well done, Rose. You must be an accountant. Please confirm. You're on YouTube. I'm reading your comment on YouTube, and I think you must be an accountant. Wow, the YouTube comments can fly so fast and so many. All right, Onimi Simayaki says, good afternoon, coach. Dangote Refinery chooses Stanbic IBTC, Vertiva Capital, and First Capital. What does this imply? Actually, before you do a public offer, you must have issuing houses who will be the ones to now interface between the issuer and other or other resellers, if you like. What I mean is the company itself will deal with specific other capital market operators through whom all other capital market operators and even financial institutions permitted to do public offers can spread the offers through. Okay? So they are the ones to now collate from all other houses in terms of stockbrokers who are processing the offers from retail investors subscribing to the public offer, and then bringing it all the way down to the company's registrars to now do the allotment. I hope that's clear. So it's just all part of the process of preparing towards the Dangote Refinery public offer. All right? Okay. Yes, I am, coach. ACCA fellow now. Awesome. We have a fantastic accountant in the house. Can you beat that? I'm not an accountant, but I could just tell from her comments. So please understand, this community is loaded with professionals across all fields. You have no idea what we are building, what is coming. Just relax. You will soon start hearing from the ESCO, the admins of the club, the structures being put in place. And when you advise, just please comply. It's all to make us a stronger establishment and not just a mere social media online community. No, we are bigger than that. Can you see? There are engineers, there are medical doctors, there are all sorts of professionals, IT software professionals, lawyers, bankers, you just name it. Across the world, that's the kind of community you have found yourself. And listen, if you find yourself where you are always being pushed to be better, to be a better person, to be wealthier, to be richer, you are of all men and women most fortunate, because what we have in present day society is communities that will always want to take from you, communities that, I mean, all sorts of things that does not even promote your own well-being and help you to be better. So if you find something like this, stay on there and make the most of what is on offer. Okay? Good afternoon, coach. What's your take on e-transact? Should I hold on or sell off? It's done 30%. Wilson Christopher, I am thinking the IT sector will continue to enjoy some sort of revolution on the NGX. And e-transact is one of such companies poised to enjoy that. They've showed signs of resilience to continue to grow. Sometimes you want to argue with the valuation of the stock price, but at other times, the stock market has a mind of its own. You may not be seeing what those who continue to buy it higher are seeing. So I'm thinking if there's no urgent need to sell off your e-transact, stay there and ride it. If NCRO can do 200 naira per share from no serious fundamentals, I think there could be something much more for e-transact. I kept looking at e-transact last year at 3 naira and 5 naira and waiting to see when it drops well enough to back to 3 naira. It never did. And what do we have now? 20 something and still counting. Okay? So if you have no immediate need to sell it, stay on. Global Impact Connect, thank you very much. I see the roses there on TikTok. Appreciate that. Smile for me, says, dear coach, Fidelity versus UBA, which is better for long-term investors? Right now, it's looking obvious. UBA is the stronger one between the two. Tier 1 bank, even though it's international like Fidelity also is, but UBA is, of course, the stronger one amongst the two. Mickey Handsome says, hello, sir. Please, I'm new here and I have 100,000 naira. What stock? Your comment has jumped away. It's always, what stock should I buy? Mickey Handsome, if you have a brokerage firm and you have 100,000, I think you could start with a stock like TIP, the Initiates PLC, 18 naira plus. Not bad to start. Otherwise, go for Mutual Benefits Assurance. It's now 5 naira. That's my problem. It was 4 naira something a few days ago. It's now 5 naira. Coach, please talk about RT Briscoe. Well, RT Briscoe is, it went down to around 12 naira or 11 after touching 12. So let's see how much it is right now. RT Briscoe. We've seen some very good performance in terms of stock price movement this year. At least year to date, RT Briscoe has done several hundreds percent, at least 100 or more percent. Let's see what the current status of RT Briscoe is for you. 12 naira 95, down from the 13 naira 40 kobo it was yesterday. 1.3 million bids, 2.4 million offers. That explains it. Nothing much, just the regular to and fro, up and down movement, which is very much understandable. Okay, let's go on to your comments on Instagram. Wow, I've missed a whole lot of comments. I'll just try to start from the very latest. From Mixie says, Coach, what's your take on NGX? Is it a good time to buy? The good time to buy was when I mentioned it at 110. I remember talking about it a little bit at 80, 90 and hoping that when it touches 100 to come back. But unfortunately, with the bonus announcement, you were never going to see it come back. Anyways, now it's at 144. It actually closed yesterday at 136, even if it traded at 150. in the course of trading yesterday, but currently it's at 144 per share. Whether this is the time to buy or not, I don't know, really. Whether it will pull back before the markdown date, I don't know. Qualification date, I don't know. But what I know is that if you buy now, you will qualify for both the bonus 1 for 3, meaning for every 3 you have, they give you 1. So if you have 3,000 shares, they give you 1,000. If you have 30,000 shares, they give you 10,000, all free. If you have 300,000 shares, they give you 100,000 shares free. If you have 3 million shares, they give you 1 million shares free. That's the beauty of bonus shares. And then you will also qualify for the dividend of 2 naira per share. So you make up your mind whether to buy or not. It's gone down to 142 latest price. So this price update is based on what has sold per second. Coach, please mention farmers too who we serve, they try. Sir Bliss Farms, without you, there will be no catfish. Without you, there will be no boko yam. Without you, there will be no oil palm. I mean, farmers make the world go round, because that plant resources that God gave man to survive by, and even animals, is the farmers who make it available, no matter how technologically advanced the world gets. Man will not eat technology. So we have great farmers in our midst as well, changing the world via what we do and investing as well. Coach, please, custodian of feedsin, which to add freshly to my portfolio with 3 million. I would go the custodian way at the moment. Honestly, custodian in peace. Coach, what's happening to Fidelity and Livestock? I'm at minus 6% on Fidelity and minus 8% on Livestock. Miss Kia. Well, we started all this Fidelity and Livestock made us, Livestock. It's Fidelity that has really, really stagnated. And it's time for it to wake up. It's time for the leaders in that bank, the management, to wake up. And let's know what exactly is going on at this point. Give us update. Let's feed on information. We are waiting. The only most authentic way to really know whether we are sitting on potential gold on Fidelity is the financial reports. And you know, bank reports, you will not see them early. And it's understood, as much as they are regulated, they also go through a regulatory procedure before announcing their results. You know, industrial companies and all those who have already announced their results, they don't need CBN approval, right? Once the management gets the results ready, then the auditors come to do audited report. As they are done, result is ready, they get approval from the NGX and announce. Then it's uploaded as well. But that is not the case with banks. In the banking industry, after you do, the management comes up with their report and auditors do the audited results, they now submit to the CBN for approval. The CBN will also vet that report to be sure that it's all correct and there are no gimmicks here and there unexplained. At that point, approval is gotten from CBN before the bank can now publish. That's why you will see different banks are now giving notice to the public. Let me read that to you. On the NGX website, we have the various banks stating that their reports will be submitted later than necessary because of CBN regulation. And it's still within the grace period given post deadline. So you will see the likes of, let me just read one of them to you. Just give me a moment. I want to clarify exactly what I'm saying with real update. That's it. UBA. This was published, right, on the 2nd. 2nd was on Monday. So publication of audited financial statements for the year ended December 31st. United Bank for Africa hereby informs its shareholders and investing public that the board of directors approved the bank's audited financial statements for the year ended 31st December on February 19th. And requisite regulatory approval is being pursued. The bank has obtained the approval of the Securities and Exchange Commission for an extension to file the results on or before March 31st, 2026, subject to the approval of the Central Bank of Nigeria. The bank's insiders are kindly reminded that the earlier declared closed period in respect of transactions on its securities remains in place until 24 hours after release of the results. So you can see, I didn't read this, I was just explaining. Now you can see what I'm saying clearly. They are waiting for CBN approval, but while waiting, they must inform the Securities and Exchange Commission, which is the supervisory agent of the stock market, to let them know this delay is not from us. We have to follow the procedures of financial reporting as far as CBN guidelines is concerned. So we will still get the approval and make sure the grace period of 31st March is not exceeded. So let's expect a flurry of bank results towards the end of this month. Okay? Clear? All right. If you are here, you are getting full-time education of exactly how the capital market operates. So most of these banks, we will hear what they have declared for dividend, and then take note of that closed period. The closed period means the period when no insider is permitted to buy or sell stocks of the company, in this case of the bank, UBA. They are all control measures to ensure that they don't use information they got based on their privileged position during the reporting to now take advantage of it to the detriment of you and me, the investing public. So none of them and their associates are permitted to buy or sell UBA stocks until 24 hours after the results have been announced. Do you get that now? So it's the standard across the world when in stock market operations and ethics. Okay? Coach, my WAPCO has done 100%. Should I take profit? Scooby Lion, he's done 100% in his WAPCO. That means he bought around 99 or 100 naira, and now WAPCO is doing around 204 or so naira per share. Well, the ball is in your court. If you decide that you want to take your profit, you are the CEO of your portfolio. You know why you bought WAPCO. If it has exceeded your expectations or you just feel satisfied, I'm good taking profit, I don't care how far it goes from here, then of course you go ahead, have no regrets. Profit is profit. You never go wrong banking your profits. Hi, Coach. What do you think about Sovereign Trust Insurance 1 million units of stock? Sovereign Trust, not very sure. It's Uni Insure that I think I've spoken about here before. T for Tony says, Coach, please, custodian or fixing, which to add freshly to my portfolio? I think I've responded to this question, Tony. It's custodian. Which stock did you just talk about? 1 naira 42 kobo. Wow. Which stock did I mention that's 1 naira 42 kobo? I can't remember mentioning a stock at 142. Coach, what's your take on Cornhall? Well, my take is buy and hold. It's in my 1 million share challenge. I have it. I've already bagged my 1 million shares of Cornhall, and I'm sitting quietly waiting for 3 to 5 years from now to see what it does. Simple. I'm not one who will jump at 100% profit when I've not hit the target of at least the waiting period, because I know what money can be made between now and 3 years. Staying calm. Okay? Wealth creation sometimes can be boring, but it's if you are getting bored, find something else to do, and before you know it, 3 years is gone. And then come check back, right? Which stock did you just talk about? 1 naira 42 kobo. I still can't recall what stock. Please, somebody remind us if I said anything around 1 naira 42 kobo. Coach, any update on Dunlop? Dunlop? There's no Dunlop on NGX anymore. Those days, Dunlop used to be one of the biggest stocks then when we started investing. Dunlop was amongst the big names. Industrial. Hello, coach. Talk about UPDC REIT, G Money Stories. Actually, UPDC, let's see. It seems to, I don't know, maybe because of the positioning where it is, hidden far away from the rest of the equities on the REIT board. So difficult to lay an eye on it. It's just stagnated at 7 naira so far. 760 at the moment. Not much activity going on there. 1.9 million shares traded. We understand when its time comes, it will fly. Reason why I also bought my 1 million shares there and left it. So I'm just standing by and waiting for whenever it does an SFS REIT or a Union Homes REIT, because it will surely, a REIT is a REIT, it will surely do that. So I'm not in a hurry at all. Okay, Emigiam says, Coach, what do you think of Unicell stocks? Well, my thoughts on Unicell, I don't know if you will like my thoughts on Unicell, really. But let me recap what my position has always been when it comes to a stock like Unicell. Just give me a moment. Unicell is at 143 naira and earnings per share is 20 kobo. Very unimpressed. It made a huge run for those who know what happened with the stock. It made a huge run from nowhere to nearly 200 naira per share. In fact, as at this time last year, Unicell was selling at around 10 naira per share. 10 naira. And then boom, it's at 143 with 20 kobo earnings per share. No, forget it. They generate nearly 1 billion in revenue, 989 million in revenue. All they could get as net profit is 47 million. They are not worth investing in. Not even now that it's at 143. So do as occasion serves you. That's the update and that's my opinion. But listen, everyone, please be reminded. The views expressed in this live stream, the opinions are personally mine. They are not investment advice. Do your due diligence, I beg you. Okay, coach, which stock do you recommend for a newbie? When is the right time to invest? I will always tell you there is no right time. That question is coming from Ahmad Adil on Instagram. There is no right time to invest. Every time is the right time as long as you find the right stock at the right price. So no right time really, because the market is so dynamic, opportunities come from time to time. So feel free to enjoy whatever time you find a good company at a good price. Simple. Coach, what's your take on tantalizers? Bukola, I'm fully invested in tantalizers. I'm already 100% in profit, but I'm not moving nowhere because it's one of my 1 million share challenge. And so the future is bright for it. The results came out. Nobody's moved because the result is still an improvement on the previous year's result. So a turnaround is really playing out there in tantalizers as anticipated, and it can only get better. Now let's go on to YouTube to keep taking your comments. Mickey Handsome says, oh no, it scrolled away. All right. Chidima Anija says, please coach, I want to sell my FCMB and add to my tantalizers for the 1 million shares. FCMB is up 20%. I will agree with that. Go ahead, but please stay patient with your 1 million shares challenge. We are not here for jokes. I've told you I'm here for you. The reason why I have retired, let me tell you, I have retired from active work for money, 6 years and still counting. I don't have to struggle to work for money, so I will be here. We will be here 5 years after reviewing our 1 million shares stocks, how they are doing. I want to see the same way NACO moved from 2 naira 6 years ago to 170 naira today. I want to see some of our stocks do that. It has to be from the 1 million share stocks. Because we are building by force a group of multi-millionaires and billionaires. It's so possible, you have no idea. Just wait, follow me for 5 years and see what becomes of your portfolio. Listen, I don't care what your financial position is right now. Come to me. Do what we are doing. You will be amazed what becomes of you. We were here, an 18-year-old student called in and said she never believed she could amass up to 1 million in investments because she's such a frivolous spender. She said she knew herself. She spends for fun. It helps her get joy. You see that thing? That thing is something sent by your village people to make sure you never grow wealth. When just spending unplanned, unbudgeted, you just spend money anyhow, and that's what gives you joy. That's a trap set for you to never attain a certain financial height. But you see, when you belong to this community, you will suddenly become stingy to yourself. It's happened to so many of you unconsciously. You later realize that, oh, looks like I've changed a lot. I don't waste money anyhow. Yes, that's what following me does to you. Your financial acumen is so sharpened overnight. You will be amazed at your results. Okay? Kaka says, Coach, you need to explain how to do that with the everyday expenses and family needs. Listen, Kaka, everything is possible. Let me give you one instance, and you will agree that everything is possible. There are times when you are very liquid with cash. So at that time, you want to recharge data, 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, whatever it is. You just, the app is before you, everything is at the touch of a button, at the tap of your phone, boom, you have subscribed. Recall those days when calls through GSM was 50 naira per second, per minute, so that the new second in the next minute is another 50 naira. What did you used to do? You will carry your phone, isn't it? You want to talk for 1 minute, so when you make your call, you will put your hand on the off button and be talking. While you are talking, the moment you set a system on your phone that beeps you, the moment you are approaching 1 minute and you say bye, 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 you just press that thing. Your hand is permanently there because you don't want to get into the next second and pay 50 naira for a 1 minute call. You are careful that time. But when you have enough, you don't care anymore. You just keep talking and laughing away. No problems, it's all right. So we'll see later. But by the way, you have said we will see later. You are still saying by the way. But when it gets tough, your hand will be there. There is no by the way, nothing. In fact, if you hear the beep that you are approaching 1 minute, even before saying we will see later, the call is off. Bro, I've finished what I'm telling you. The most important information has been passed across. What is buy for 50 naira, for God's sake? So that's the truth. When you are liquid, you just spend. But when you know that there's not much money, you will buy 100 naira credit and you are careful. At that point, no careless talk, no careless browsing, no careless calls. You are careful. You manage and manage and manage until there is plenty again. How you manage that one is how you eventually manage the current situation. So we have to understand this reality that, listen, whatever the challenge is, there is a difference between wants and needs. When things get more expensive, like the increase in fuel, we saw it happen. When things get expensive, you have to go back to your expenses and see what you can do without first. Anything you can do without is a want, it's not a need. Focus on your needs and just be doing. Thank God for those of us who invest. Do you know what? It will soon be time for dividend payouts. So, dividends will start rolling in and keep you a bit more liquid. But while it is coming in, you are doing your needs first. As long as your needs are met, every other thing I want, they can wait. That's step number one to handle this challenge. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 1 p.m. Nigerian time. We will now proceed. Why is there no sound on Instagram, of all places? Why? No sound on Instagram? This is amazing. Instagram family, please confirm whether the sound has improved now. Okay? So you manage your expenses to that extent. Nobody's going to die. There are times when you couldn't even recharge your phones to make calls. Nobody died. You are still alive. You have food on your table. You are managing yourself. When money comes, you plan for those things. So plan your expenses. It's not all about increasing your income. Please, everybody get this right. A lot of people make the mistake of thinking they need more money, but there is leakage somewhere. There's a financial leakage somewhere. You need to go back to your expenses. Call up your bank statements, sir. Some of you will be surprised that you are overspending on data. Cut it down. Call up your expenses. Some of you may be overspending on transportation. Find another way. Reduce your trips and save yourself all those expenses you can do without. A lot of things you don't need to pay transportation down there. Do it over the phone. Do it online. Restrict your movement that is eating too much of your money. If ordering a product or an item pays you better, saves you more money, order instead of finding your way there. It's not everything you go and do get away. You go and sit down and be eating. You transport yourself from where you are to where you go and eat, still spend money there and transport yourself back. Whereas you could order the item and save yourself the to and fro transportation, because delivery cost is always within 5,000 and 3,000 depending on the location. That's it. Oh, I'm so sorry, Instagram family. Maybe I should log off and log back in, okay? So Instagram family, you can't hear me, right? All right, let me log off. I don't know who is repeatedly making calls that they are not responding to. If you are calling someone and they are not responding, have sense to know that they are busy instead of obstructing their meetings. So I'm going back to re-sign in on Instagram, and let's see if that eliminates the sound problem there. Okay? All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope we're getting something. It's already past 1 p.m. Time to take your calls now on TikTok. Hello, TikTokers. My wonderful family, are you ready for us to talk? Let's go on. But please, let me inform us. Ladies and gentlemen, I have something to tell you. I hope the sound is better now, Instagram. Please, my wonderful Instagram family, confirm to me that the sound is better now. Hello, Instagrammers. Can you confirm if you can hear me? I need a confirmation on Instagram before I proceed. Hello, Instagram. Is the sound okay now? Just one response. All right, thank you very much, Ziki, Bright, and Gary. Appreciate you for that. So sound has been restored on Instagram. So let me say this. Net Worth Investors Club surprised me like I never expected. It was Ikem Benzoic who called in one of these live streams and said, Coach, every time we call in, we tell you, Coach, we thank you for all you do. We thank you for all you do. We don't want to thank you for all you do for mouth anymore. We want to package Christmas presents for you. Guess what? That request for me to send an account number and that they should do Christmas for me from nowhere. You people raised 5.5 million naira for Christmas. Goodness gracious. I was amazed. And I said a little bit of that yesterday towards the closing. I'm here to appreciate all of you. I've done a note and shared my appreciation letter, well crafted, to really thank all of you, everyone who gave to me. 5.5 million The one who says it's not working again, they're still paying him 5.5 million. You guys are simply amazing. You took me unawares. Let me explain this to you. This investment journey worked for me. I practice it. I've told you it's 28 years. By September this year, I'll be 28 years in the stock market. I practiced it from before I gained admission into university, graduated, got my first job, got my second job, and then went into business, did all of that, and called it quits with working for money 6 years ago. And I thought, let me share this idea on my Facebook. Then interest began to grow, and I decided, okay, let me also share, open a TikTok account, open an Instagram account, and share. Interest kept building up. I said, okay, let me open all other platforms and see how it goes. The more your interest built, the more I got motivated to do more, until we got to this stage where we are now doing a global live stream. By the way, Net Worth Investors Club, we've just been existing, and I had my reasons. You can't understand the stock market in a 2-hour boot camp where you pay 250,000, 100,000, 150,000, 200,000, boot camp 2 hours, or masterclass, all those things. You pay and get in there and do whatever it is. You can't. You need a community where market information, data, and all the happenings are regularly shared so that analysis can be done, you get more informed, and then better at investing, all for free, because I thought, let me share this information and ideas for free. That was how it all started. So to now have a community of people who said, look, coach, you have done so much. We are far better with our finances. We understand the market so well. We are making money. We can't deny it. Come on now, send us account number. People of God, 5.5 million is not easy to come by. I don't care what anybody says. Go and steal 5.5 million and let them and see what happens to you. But fellow Nigerians came together and gave it to me. I'm really grateful. To everyone who gave, to everyone who in any way supported this project, I didn't expect it. I'm grateful. Listen, it was meant to be free everywhere. That's why YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere is free, including the live stream. But you know what? A certain category of people kept asking, I just need a one-on-one. Coach me, show me the way. I need a direct mentorship and all that. And I said, I will not. Over a period, I wasn't. Those of you who knew when we were on WhatsApp 5 years ago, you understand. I didn't do any of such. And then one day I started getting burdened. And I started getting burdened and worried. I said, see, I know I thought I would serve the public and do it for free, but it looks like there are a certain group of people I am not now serving as promised, because they are asking for a thing and I keep turning them down. So if I don't respond to them, then I'm not serving the public I said I will serve. So they kept saying they know that is exclusive and they will pay. Just give me the opportunity. That was how the one-on-one coaching came. But you don't need the one-on-one coaching if you can learn from a distance and apply yourself to these things and follow all the platforms. Though some people are too busy to do all of that, and so they just need a little bit of that. That's where the one-on-one came. And if you notice, even the one-on-one, I don't have a perfect structure to follow it up because I don't want to go back to work. I've left work. Getting people to manage this, manage that, and all those things will make me go back to work, which I don't want to. I am retired and I want you to retire very early and enjoy this life. Okay? So once again, thank you very much. Even if I take 1 full hour thanking you for your wonderful gift, I mean, it's not too much. Thank you very much. I love you all. You guys are simply amazing, okay? All right, so we go on to take your course now on Instagram, on TikTok, and here we go. Buzzy T is the first caller. Then we go on to Timmy. Anyone who connects, we carry on with the discussions. Global Impact, next caller, just in case the others don't connect. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, coach.
Your name and where you are streaming from.
My name is Kodri. I'm streaming for Osun State.
Godwin from Osun State. We are glad to have you. Please go on.
Okay. Please, I want to thank you for what you have been doing for me personally. I really appreciate it. So I've been busy for some time now, like DMD, but so I want to make an inquiry back because I've been busy with schools. So I have like 2 million naira to back up to top of my portfolio now. But I don't know if I should join the 1 million challenge or I should focus on the stock I have before.
How many stocks do you have? How many? Just the number of stocks. How many?
Five.
Five. What's the current portfolio value?
About 5 million.
5 million. Beautiful.
Yes.
You want to put in 200,000 now?
2 million now. 2 million.
2 million. Oh,
Yes.
okay. Which of the stocks do you have interest in doing your 1 million shares challenge?
Probably benefit or fertilizer.
Go in for your 1 million challenge without 2 million.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, sir, please, how do I join Network Investors Club? That's coming from Eldest Diary by Saraj. Eldest Diary, send me a DM on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, send me a DM, or comment on any videos after the live stream on YouTube. But I think the quickest way is to follow me on Instagram, send a DM. Ndiwa says, I have sent you a million messages on Instagram to join the network club, but not to no avail. Ndiwa, please, I'm sorry. Remember, I said I don't want to go to work. So from time to time, I come on to respond to DMs. What you can do is repeatedly send, but I doubt if it's up to a million DMs. So just stay patient. Somehow, some way, your patience is tested by my challenge in responding to DM. There are so many everywhere. So at some point, if you get sent the link, please do register quick. Do join quickly. Hello, good afternoon.
Oh, hello, good afternoon. Thanks for taking me up. This is my first time on your platform.
Awesome. Please tell us your name and where you're streaming from. We are glad to have you.
Yeah, I'm streaming from UK. I just need to ask you a quick question
But
because
you
I
didn't
don't really
say
have
your
money.
name. You didn't say your name.
Oh, my name is Buki.
Bookie from the
Sorry.
UK. We're excited to have you. So go ahead, feel free, ask your
Thank you.
questions.
Yeah, I've got some MMF, treasure bill, equity and equity balance, but I'm just thinking of what can I add to them?
You don't have stocks?
No, because I've got no idea on it, to be honest.
Excellent. I like the fact you have not ventured in there because you feel you need a bit of knowledge, and that's what we share. So, first things first, I am thinking leave your fixed asset investments and join Network Investors Club. Just leave them there, join Network Investors Club, use fresh funds, get a bit of knowledge, and start investing in stocks. You will be amazed how the stock market can be a wealth machine.
Okay, how can I join?
Send me a DM, follow me on Instagram, send me a DM. I'll forward the link to you. The link expires from time to time. We have only one way of getting to join because we are really not out to look for members. We are not selling anything, so we are not under pressure to have so many members. No. What we are trying to do is ensure that they are filtered. And for the cyber security and protection of members, you don't have the link all over the place. After a while, the link expires. So once it's sent to you, follow the instructions, download Discord app on your phone, install it, then open your Discord account before following the link. That way, you are protected from any form of scammers coming in and confusing you. And please, everyone who is going to join, Net Worth Investors Club is not investment club, meaning We are not going to ask you to bring your money for us to invest for you. Please understand this. It's investors club, individual investors coming together to share knowledge and ideas, analyze the market, and invest accordingly as we will in our individual accounts. So when you open your stock brokerage account, that's the only place you send money to your stockbroker. Do not follow anyone who uses my DP to come to your inbox. And this is why I don't follow you back, to save you that confusion, because people create my accounts in my name, use my DP, and start DMing people. If you see a DM purporting to be me coming into your DM for the first time, report that account and block it. It's not me. I will never DM you first. These are all the safety procedures you need to know as you join. Thank you very much.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
My pleasure. Cheers. Okay, next caller, Bozity. Or is it Bozity? Yes, Bozity. If it connects, we keep going. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. This is my first time here, actually. My name is Shola.
Thank you, Shola, for joining. Where are you streaming from?
I'm streaming from Edinburgh, UK.
Thank you very much. All the way from Edinburgh, UK. Go ahead, Shola.
Yeah, I was discussing with my friend yesterday about investment. I introduced your channel to me. I have not done anything about it yet. I just have some funds reserved, but I just don't want to keep the money in the bank. I want to do something with it. So I don't know how to start or where to start.
First things first, we always preach knowledge. And the beauty of the Network Investors Club is, even as a starter, you can actually glean on the experience of those who are analyzing, and of course myself, and even through this live stream, to make a decision of where to invest per time. Very easy. So, but we advocate knowledge because we all have what I term, I've not read it anywhere, we all have what I call an investment personality. There are things that will appeal to you to invest in that may not appeal to me. So as much as possible, we are a group that is not making everyone dependent on one person. So as you are being guided, picking this stock, picking that stock from time to time, we are also helping you to be your own man, so that as you get clearer understanding of how the entire thing plays, you can now pick stocks pertaining to your preference and enjoy the ride. I'll give you an instance. Those approaching 50s and 60s will prefer dividend-paying stocks, even if they want growth. But you see those in their 20s and 30s, they need growth. So they are ready to take certain risks that the older ones do not want. So in the end, you make up your mind as we go. But, question, do you have your stock brokerage account already?
No, he told me about two different ones yesterday. He said capital something. And I tried to open, but I think it's geographically restricted because I couldn't get in.
All right, this is what you can do. Send me a DM on Instagram. I will forward steps to follow, including link to open a brokerage account, link to join the Network Investors Club. Just recap in that DM. You are the one who called from Edinburgh. So I can be able to remember what we discussed. But please do it on Instagram.
Okay. Is this your Instagram name, Wealth Coach?
Yes, but please, best approach, click on the link tree on my bio and follow there, because there could be fake Wealth Coach with my face on them.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Marachi says, Coach, please, what's your advice to a newbie who has 500K to invest in stocks, my advice is to join Net Worth Investors Club. But while you are joining, you can actually buy stocks like TIP, UBA, if you like, any one of those two for a start. But knowledge, very important. Hello, sir. Good afternoon. All right. We've got to let him go. Hello, good afternoon. Quick one, your name and where you're streaming from and straight to the point.
Good afternoon. I'm Bosati from Lagos, and thank you so much, sir, for mentioning. I just want to make inquiries regarding some defensive stocks I could add to my portfolio, and I want to add some defensive stock dividends. Because we're in the dividend season, and I just want to.
You want what? Dividend stocks?
Yes.
Well, sector by sector, I can't name all of them, but you have in the banking sector, the best of them, Stanbic IBTC, GT, Zenith, UBA. The best of them in the banking sector. In the oil industry, we have Seplat and Aradel. Best of them. Beware, Wando has not paid dividend for 10 years and counting. Then in the fast-moving consumer goods sector, we have Unilever, UACN, but UACN's dividend hasn't been wonderful because of the high-scale expansion projects they have been involved in. PZ also hasn't been involved in too much dividend payout because of the challenges they've been facing. In fact, the entire FMCG has struggled as far as dividend payout is concerned. Then industrials, we have the likes of NASCON. Agriculture, we have Okomu and Presco doing perfectly well. The cement industry, we know we have Dangote Cement, the leader, who has now paid out the highest dividend amount in the history of the NGX, following the 45 Naira per share declaration for Dangote Cement shareholders. We also have WAPCO and Boa Cement that pays some reasonable dividends. These are the few I can mention on the spot. We could be making a mistake still calling it insurance. It's actually now custodian investments. That thing is a powerhouse that is still going to blow. 11 Naira earnings per share is no jokes. Let's just watch and see. So if you have any money to invest, that's one place to go as well.
Thank you so much, Don. And I'm really grateful for everything.
Thank you and bye. Hello, good afternoon. Hello. All right, we go on. Okay, Anwoju Oluwatomisin says, please, how do I open a brokerage account in Nigeria? That's from YouTube. Just all you need is get the link or walk into a stockbroker's office, whichever one, and request to open a brokerage account. There are so many stockbrokers, more than 150 of them. I use Atlas portfolios, and if you feel like you want to use Atlas, feel free to send me a DM on Instagram. I'll forward the link to you. You don't have to go to the office to open such an account. Peaceful. Next caller. Is the price of custodian good to buy now, please? Easy. That's coming from Easy Nadede. That stock just continues to jump and always looks like it's running away, really. So if you have a long-term horizon, just do well to buy the stock. There's no need to even stutter about it or hold back. I'm trying to go and see exactly how much it is now. This was a stock we just bought recently at 100 and at 45, and then it just kept going and going and going, and what we have now, in fact, it's gone up to 70 naira as we speak. So anything, when it pulls back, say to 66, yesterday it's closed at 66, it's showing 70 now. I don't know how this thing happens, but that's a whole 4 naira in a day. Whether it will close at 70, we don't know, but it's actually done as high as 73 before. So this is it, trying to attempt another move above 70. Maybe it will get pushed back again. So if it gets back down to 66, 68, okay, it's at 68 now, right? So currently someone has just bought at 68. Anything 66 and above and below is fine. Maybe if not today, then around Friday, it could just come back down to 66. We don't know. Hello, good afternoon. Okay, someone is tidying up his room there, so let's let him go. Next caller. Coach, can I join your group? Edara Hair. Why not Edara Hair? Feel free, send me a DM. You are already on Instagram. Just drop a DM, and after the live stream, I'll attempt to respond to as many as possible. Hello, good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon. Which one, sir?
There is some noise, knocking of something at the background that is really obstructing our discussion. All right. Your name and where you're streaming from, please.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
I'm actually calling from Oyo State. Yeah. Please, coach, I want to ask, how do I go about it? I actually want to join your mentorship class. So actually, I'm a newbie here. I think this is my second time of joining your live session. So how do I go about it?
Beautiful. Send me a DM on Instagram requesting to join Network Investors Club. I'll forward the link to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
If you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, you may be missing something even while attending a live stream. One beautiful thing about the live stream videos being available is so that those who are at work now can take their time to listen through and take notes and implement. These things are real-time market data being shared, and I don't know where else they do it meticulously as I do, in terms of finishing a live stream and uploading the whole video just so you can have a full detail. This is so that our members in the US and Canada who are asleep now can still get back to it, go through it. Even if market has closed by the time they are going through it, next market trading day, they can apply it. I will repeat, most of the daily live stream videos are still relevant 1 month after. So it's such a bundle of resource. One of us, Mr. Anthony on the group, once said he went back to see April or so 2025 live stream videos and was shocked at the stocks that were mentioned that time compared to what they are now. I think he made that post around January or December, I don't know. But that's how powerful this thing can be. So don't be here and not be on the YouTube channel, because eventually some things are being developed that will continue to show up there that you can't get in the live stream. And just in case any of the other channels go off for whatever reason, YouTube is a much more stable platform. I've had my TikTok account banned. So this is actually my second TikTok account. Just in case any of such happens on any other platform, you don't want to be left out. So make sure you don't need to make YouTube videos to have a YouTube account. Even if without a DP, just open a YouTube account, just follow, so that it serves as an alternative. For instance, Maobi reported to us on Monday that his TikTok account was banned, and it's not going to be up till towards the end of this month. So he quickly switched to YouTube to be a part of this. That's why I can't have him talk since calls are on TikTok. Okay? Do not miss out on anything. In the end, that's what I'm saying. On to the next caller. Hello, good afternoon. Your name and where you are streaming from.
This is Ikem Benzoic, sir.
Ikem Benzoic, the executor of the ploy to give a Christmas gift. Thank you very much, sir. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. Okay, sir, I have some questions I want to ask this time. Let me get inside the room. Okay. Number one question is that I want to move my portfolio from Stanbic IBTC to Atlas, but I don't know if I should wait for the tip, the 1 million tip allotment to come before I move it. What do you think?
Since you applied through Stanbic, right, for the tip?
Yeah, I applied through Stanbic, and they will send it to the CSCS. I don't know, just what do you think? Because I want to also buy their commission is quite high, So
Stanbic, right?
Very first time, Stanbic. Yeah, this is my very first time of doing this stock thing. So I just want to move it, but I am confused if I should move it. What about the tip 1 million allotment when it comes? I don't know. And also this very news of Dangote Refinery appointing Stanbic as their whatever. I don't know. So these are my confusions.
It's the whatever for me. Actually, Stanbic IBTC is the foremost investment bank in Nigeria. If we recall, before they merged with Stanbic, it was just IBTC. IBTC is Investment Banking and Trust Company, founded by Atedo Peterside. They were into, yes,
from River State.
Yes, sir. They were into core investment banking. So they are the number one there, right? And before they now merged with Stanbic of South Africa to become Stanbic IBTC. So every major public offer and all of those offers, rights issue, and so on, they always want to work with Stanbic IBTC. But that doesn't mean if you were in any other house, you cannot get the Dangote offer. They are just the lead issuing houses. That's the way it's done. Then they will now reach out to the others. So they interface with the registrars and the company doing the offer between the company and the registrars versus the rest of the stockbroking firms. So one lead issuer cannot handle such an offer. That's why they chose more than one. Okay, so that doesn't have any effect whatsoever as far as which broker you end up subscribing through. Now, we've known them to they used to have a minimum you must do 1 million. Before it was 10 million. If not, you can't invest in stocks through Stanbic.
Yeah, that's correct.
It was that solid and that serious. So, but things have changed. And of course, competition is now here. Now, they may not worry too much for the likes of you now. Your portfolio should be doing like 100 million, 200 million. They won't bother too much about you because they have people whose portfolios are billions.
Yes.
So, you can't say that. So, now what you can do is go where they give you attention and then you do your thing at lower fees and rest. Very simple. You have direct access, you do your thing. Because in this other case, because you place an order and wait for the system to do whatever it does, they will be attending to the big guns whose portfolios they are managing. Before they will remember you, the market has closed. Before they will remember your order, the market has closed. Come back tomorrow. Exactly. I can tell you the likes of those who have been struggling to buy Aradel now, who are using some platforms. This is not to the market, and it doesn't mean that they are bad. They are very good, but it's looking like when too much is on the plate, you know, anything can happen and someone may struggle. So just make up your mind where you find peace, you do your thing.
Okay, so do I move it? What about the tip allocation?
Or
do I wait?
I think you should just wait when the tip is allotted, then you make your move. You don't need to wait. You don't need to wait for that one. Dangote, anywhere you are, you can do Dangote anywhere you are.
Okay, so just the tip allocation.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, no problem. Because I was thinking if I should just move it, then because I want to buy more of the NGS and other things you mentioned the other time, but it's okay.
All right, sir.
Then I'll wait. Thank you very much. So that's all.
Thank you very much. Okay, Coach, what's your take on Veritas Cap? Oluwaseun Iyonda. Veritas Cap will need some more time to grow, but I think they've gotten everything in order now, and it can only get better. So if you want to buy Veritas, make sure you do it with patient funds. You have to stay patient and let it grow, okay? Modern Love Talker says, Coach, what's your YouTube channel name? Wealth Coach Omiete, that's the name. You can also follow the link on my bio here on Instagram to connect directly so you don't go to the wrong channel. Hello, good afternoon, Sheyi.
Yeah, good afternoon, Coach. How are you doing?
Very well, thanks. And you?
I'm fine, thank you. This is Sheyi Adeosun from Qatar.
Sheyi from Qatar, I hope you are safe.
I'm safe, thank you.
All right. Fantastic. Go ahead with your comments.
Yeah, two things. Please, what is the effect of this Gulf War on Nigerian stock market?
Well, as you can see the effect, yesterday the Nigerian market gained over 700 billion.
Wow. Wow. So it's a positive one on Nigerian stock market, right?
Honestly, the Nigerian market is unconcerned with that thing going on there.
Okay. Now, another thing, please. This NGS, what is the last date one can buy it before the dividend?
Oh, I shared that information on my platforms. It's still quite far. Just Google search that. NGX bonus and dividend qualification date 2026. Just do a Google search for the accurate date. I don't normally carry those things in my head.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Have a nice time.
You too.
Yeah.
Mado Bliss says on Facebook, can you list the stocks on the 1 million share challenge so that we can plunge in? Wow, that's a serious one. Plunge. Okay. I will try to mention those that are still okay to get in. Charms is still okay. Qtix is one of them. Tantalizers is the other. Mutual Benefits also. McNichols qualifies. What's the other one now? I'm trying to avoid those that have run, like RT Briscoe has run from 3 and 4 naira to 12. So you can't go there now. Academy Press at the right price, around 7 naira if you find it at that price. Corn Hall, that's consolidated hallmark, not corn oil, please. I think I've mentioned quite a reasonable few, so you can work with that. I'm no longer able to join your TikTok live on my main account. Miss BB, why? What happened? Can you please tell me the best stockbroker app? I use Atlas Portfolios. They may not be the best, but for me, that's the best I've come across. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, Coach.
Your name and where you're streaming from?
Yes, my name is Ojukes and I'm calling from. First off, I want to thank you for all you do for us. It's rare to see people that can do this without they pay this, don't pay that. I've been following you for quite a time now. That's in April last year. And I have a few questions. I have a portfolio valuation of over 100 million. All my stocks are doing fantastic. I have Aradel is 190%. I bought at 450.
I remember when you kept calling and asking about Aradel. I remember.
Yeah.
Go on.
I bought about 30,000 units there. I want to top up, but I'm finding it very difficult to do that now. Sometimes I feel the order, I find it difficult to submit. Because I can remember buying at 440 something.
What
now
platform?
I've seen over 1,000.
What platform is that?
Atlas Portfolio.
Ah.
Aradel is over 1,000 now. So I'm finding it difficult to buy because of my entry price of 45.
If you want to buy direct, you go ahead and buy direct.
Okay. The point is that it's difficult for me seeing that I had at 440.
I warned all of you. I warned you all.
Yeah, I got about 30,000.
And you tried.
I'm not satisfied, but it's yeah. I have all my stocks doing Dams 140%, Dangote 100%, Dam Sugar 130, GT Coke 95, MTN 120%, Okomu 165, UACN 230%. Zenith 90%.
Guys, are you listening?
Yeah, the only stock that is not doing that much leap now is UPA is still 34%, and the Fidelity 7%, FBN is over 100. But my question is, I have FBN, I have Access Bank, but I have them at a very minute number. I have just about less than 10,000 for both of them. Then I have Fidelity 100 and something thousand. I want to liquidate 3 of them. That's Fidelity, FBN, and Access. And I have Champs over about 3 million units, which I also want to sell a part of it. That's about 1.5 million units.
How many percent are you in Champs?
140%.
This man has made money.
Yes, actually.
And this is less than a year. You said April.
Yeah, I joined
We're in
April,
March.
Yes.
All
Yes,
right.
April.
Guys, are you listening?
The Trump, whatever.
Tariff war, the first tariff war shock the market suffered.
Yeah, that was when I bought all these things.
First week of April.
Yes, exactly.
And we are again approaching another April next month. So when we say relax, do you guys relax? You are not in a hit and run. This is not crypto. This is not Forex, please. I get this feeling people jump into stocks and they behave as though they are investing in Forex crypto because, you buy stocks digitally and therefore they are equating it to the same. These other two are intangible assets. You can't really place a finger on what you are doing. Stocks, you are actually buying a part of a company that exists, have offices, and manufactures or renders services to bring in revenue. People are employed doing the work. So you are not buying what you don't know. The rest is to invest in good businesses that you can verify that their finances are okay. And then let time do the heavy lifting. That's what Ojukes has just done. Less than 1 year, most of his stocks are doing 100%, 100, 200, and so on. Why are you jumping up and down and killing yourself? I've told you I'm here. I've been in stocks for 28 years, and now I'm here for you. We can build together. Stay there. Stop complaining. People should just stop being dramatic and leave the hypes and stay focused. Go on, sir.
Yeah, so I want to seek your advice. I already sold Fidelity FBN assets because they are below 150,000. I have my UBA about 300,000, and the money I've made from this is about 9 million naira from selling the Charm, the Fidelity, and all this. They are about 10 million. But I want to know if I want to top up UBA since it hasn't run. I want to top up UBA like 200,000 units and make it 500,000. I still have my Zenith 200,000 and GT 150,000. Should I do that, or should I buy? But I'm still missing in the 1 million challenge. I've done charms, critics, and tips. Or should I buy on-haul and end benefits 1 million and rest? Or should I just do the UBA? I still have money to be buying on-haul and end benefits.
Do the UBA now that you have the chance. That UBA line down there will soon climb. I do not see them paying any poor dividend this time. They've done their forbearance. They've provided for that. For that reason, their interim dividend was 25 kobo instead of the 2 naira they paid the last time. So they are coming out forcefully and they're going to pay a very good full year dividend. Go for the UBA, close it out, 500,000 UBA. Then you can focus on any other 1 million challenge with future cash flow. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gents, some people have hammered here. That's charms that people are saying, oh, charms is not moving. Charms. Someone who joined me in April is on over, is it 200% or 100% in charms? Every other stock, 100%, 150%, 200%, only just a few. And I think he's calculated well. The UBA is among those that have not done too much. That's why I keep saying, buy UBA, buy UBA. Because there is value in that UBA that has been suppressed for so long. Don't forget, they did rights issue and priced it at 50 naira per share. Enough said. Next caller, Adebayo. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, keep the comments coming in. Udoekbo Grace Jackson says, Coach, please, what's your take on equity mutual fund for a beginner? Equity mutual fund.
Good afternoon, Coach.
Good afternoon, sir. Your name and where you're streaming from? Equity mutual fund, not bad. If that's what you want to start with, no problems. Go ahead, Mr. Adebayo. Tell us where you're streaming from.
Yes, I'm streaming from Ibadan, Oyo State, Nigeria.
Adebayo from Ibadan. We're glad to have you. Please proceed.
Yes, I presently have 4 million I want to put into stocks. I've been following you for a while, but I've not been really putting too much money into stocks. And I have an account with an Agri investor and then Bamboo. So I want to do the one for Bamboo presently. I run a business, so it has been back and forth, been able to think of how do I put fund into stock for the business and then also for myself or the family. So, but following you, I've been able to think of, okay, I think I can invest for the business if the money is still available, not to do any other thing instead of just sitting in bank. So the one that I've done for the families on Agri Invest, which I didn't really have much there, but looking at the testimony of people that I've been hearing and all that, I said, okay, I need to do it and do it well. So this time around, I put aside 5M in order for me I mean. So I need good stock for me to put into, at least looking at like one year or more for me to do that. That's why I'm calling.
UBA and PZ.
UBA and PZ. Okay.
UBA PZ custodian.
So I should do 2 million.
UBA PZ custodian. That's okay.
Okay, so I should put it on those 3 stocks.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then I want to also ask about Sterling Bank and then which other IPO? Sterling Bank and Tips that I got them their IPO. So I want to ask, is it that they have not dematerialized those things yet?
Not yet. Allotment hasn't happened yet. For Sterling, it should have been allotted. Contact your broker to confirm.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, we go on to the next caller. Mitaire Akingbade says, does Dangote Sugar pay dividend or PZ, trying to choose between them based on dividend because of their struggle with the foreign exchange losses suffered by most manufacturers and industrial goods sector companies. They were not able to pay dividend last year. So choose your choice. Okay, while we are still trying to connect, Dumac Shotlet says, Coach, please, your take on Caverton stock. I've not been convinced enough to really plunge into a stock like Caverton yet. So that's the much. We're still looking at what progress they are making with their diversification into maritime industry. We were told a year ago that they've gone into boat building and all that. So we need time to really see how that pans out. For now, no concrete take at the moment. All right, Dr. T. Ladies and gentlemen, keep the comments coming in as we try to take some calls. Hello, good afternoon. Hello.
Oh, hello, Coach.
Good afternoon. Your name and where you're streaming from?
Yeah, good afternoon. I'm Dr. T from Canada, but I didn't mean to call in. Sorry.
You didn't mean to call in. Okay, we mean to talk to you. In any case, have fun, enjoy a green portfolio. Bye for now.
Okay. I have a question. Now that I'm on.
So you now have a question. You see?
I have a question. So I have been meaning to ask you, really, how can I buy stock for my nieces and nephew and don't let them have access to it until much later?
How old are they?
They are adults. They are teenagers and adults.
Well, if they are over 18,
concentrate on my children.
if they are over 18, all you need to do is get them a form to fill and open the account with the broker.
Okay.
The email addresses could be yours because that's where you get the login details from. Because you must use their bank accounts, and their bank account is part of what they will fill in the form. So let them complete the form sent to you. Then you indicate your email address there and open the account for them. That's the only way you can stay in control. Are you with me? Say again.
They can go to the broker if they start getting dividend in their, into their bank account.
They can't.
Can go to
They
their
can't.
broker.
They can't even go to their broker. Who is their broker? They will not know. They will just be receiving alerts in their account.
Oh, okay. That solves a big problem. With my kids, I can tell them. Sometimes they won't listen. They spend money like they are spending, they are drinking water.
You
So
need.
you just don't want to plan for your kids and leave the others, So I'm thinking about it.
It's a problem. I think it's an education problem, and so you will need to find a way to draw them towards things that teach them investing. When their appetite is wet enough, they can get control over that spending habit that is not healthy. Because if you invest on their behalf and everything, and eventually you now make it available to them, they will still squander it for the lack of knowledge of how to manage money. So while trying to do this, the best thing is to expose them to things of investing that will change their perspective. Then from there, whatever you've done for them now makes sense and can really stay and last for them. Otherwise, the moment they get hold of it, boom, it's gone. That's why we really advocate for knowledge. Everyone who tries to come to invest, get knowledge first. So,
how many years ago one has been, when you were still on WhatsApp and all that, I just handed the stock I got for my niece. She got married a few weeks ago. She doesn't even appreciate it. I'm like, this kid.
Really? Oh, you followed me from when we were on WhatsApp?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Wow.
I was part of those that moved
to Discord.
Discord with you.
Oh my God. Amazing. That means all your stocks many years ago. That means all your stocks must have been doing awesomely well by now. Wow.
Yes, they would, like I got transport at, was it 50 kobo or 5 naira? Something like that.
Please refresh our memory. Tell us more. Because so many are listening to you now, they really need to hear this, even if it's past 2. Remind us some of those stocks you bought, what prices and what stocks.
First Bank was First Bank gave bonus once or twice. First Bank was how much? I mean, they're like, kobos. At that time, I remember transport. That transport was like 50 kobo or 5 naira, one of those figures. And what else?
I think that was when I bought. That was when I bought UBA. Wow.
So
wow.
now it's just like, look, it's better. That's what I'm thinking of my nieces and my nephews.
You are wonderful. Honestly,
my children,
you are
so
wonderful.
I'm thinking of all of them.
Wow, you are really wonderful.
You know what? So let's just do something now. It will grow into something big.
Wow.
Because what? Oh, even UCAP, I was surprised. In fact, by the time I came back, my dividend was like
boom,
more than 5 million. Like when I did the global search of all my dividends,
yes,
I wasn't able to believe it was more than 5 million. So
let me tell you what happened there. UCAP did a 2-for-1 bonus in 2024. So that exponentially blew what you already had by 2. So if you had 1 million UCAP, it would have increased to 3 million because you had 2 million bonus. Add all that versus whatever dividend they were paying. Boom, plenty money for you. Wonderful. If you are here, thank you very much, Ma.
Since I found you on TikTok, I hardly sleep again. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. This is 5 minutes to 5 a.m. my time.
Oh, really? Wow. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Ma.
Yeah.
If you
Thank
miss
you.
any of the session, you can always go to my YouTube channel. The full video is uploaded there as well. Thank you very much.
Yes, but you know,
Live is live, right?
life is life.
All right. Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
God bless you.
God bless
Thank
you too. Cheers.
Bye
Guys, you see, we have a history, right? Many years back, it's been coming. Listen, in case you are like her that time, please be serious. We are not joking here. This is not, I'm not here to collect money from you to run away. I'm sharing what worked for me, and that's why it's so real. You just cannot confuse this. I can't even know who she is, but she remembers that we were on WhatsApp and she was just buying casually, you know. Now she's more serious. In case you are here being casual, wake up. Don't wait till 5 years after you come and say, oh, I didn't take it serious that time. If I had known, UCAP, she wasn't expecting, and that's why global search is good. Some of you who invested many years ago, you don't know that you have bonus shares that has accumulated in your CSCS account. Instruct your broker to do a global search of all your stocks. She found out, she didn't get the news. It was in 2024, 2-for-1 bonus. And she accumulated a whole lot of bonus shares that she didn't know about. Now, dividend in one company, 5 million. When UCAP builds again their dividend per share to 1 naira per share, you can imagine what it becomes. Listen, this thing is so real. In case you feel there's something, that nothing works in Nigeria, you see this one? For the 28 years I've been doing this, it's been working. Ladies and gentlemen, we've spent 6 extra minutes today, and it was worth the while. If you are following somebody who doesn't have history, check well. There is always a history. We didn't just wake up into this thing. It's not for social media clout and all those things. We started before there was internet, before there was GSM to make calls. We were the people who were doing manual investing. Before you invest, you must look for a stockbroker, go into the office, sit down there. Then you will use the newspaper of today to track yesterday's stock prices for the stocks you want to buy today, because you don't have access to the stock exchange. There's no app to give you, or no portal to show you what's happening on the floor like I'm doing now. As I'm talking to you, stock prices are scrolling, different transactions are still going on. There was no bid and offer status, nothing like that. But we still went on in that analog state. And here we are today. What a time to be alive. Now, multitude of people from across the world can put their money in the stock market, make money out of it. You heard Ojukes from the UK, 100%, 150%, 200%, all the way from the UK. If you are still sleeping here, it's your problem. I have obeyed the divine call to speak to you. My part is done. I hope we will keep making money. Listen, I repeat, Net Worth Investors Club, this community is not just a virtual community. It's not just a Discord group. We are a wealth movement. We are coming. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for whose comments I've not mentioned or spoken about, and the calls I'm not able to take yet because time is against us already and we have to call it quits today. But you know what? You've made today a fantastic one yet again. And so on all platforms, for all the likes, for all the shares, for all your comments, for being here, I'm really grateful. Thank you so very much. We do it one more time this week on Friday, same time, 12 noon to 2 p.m. Nigerian time. If you are not on my YouTube channel, go there, subscribe for free so you don't miss out on anything. And for those in Canada and the US, and those anywhere else in the world, including Nigeria, who are at work, please, the YouTube video is available immediately after this live stream. Thank you so much. We'll see you again. As we close, I'm seeing that mutual benefits is now 5 naira 15 kobo. Congratulations to all mutual benefiters. Have a great one and enjoy the rest of your day. For now, it's bye from me.